We're back to playing this Nancy Drew game. We tried playing yesterday last night, and it was really hard. We got to a point where we kind of got stuck. So at the end of last night, well, I guess, back to the game. So we're investigating on behalf of our Aunt Eloise's friend Maddie, who is a soap opera star. There have been a lot of death threats against her co-star Rick, and so Maddie asked us to help investigate. So we're here at the WWB studios where they film the soap opera. We have been hired as an extra on the set, and so that's how we're kind of getting around. So we're going to get back into it. So last night we kind of got to a point where there really wasn't anything that we could do, and we kind of got stuck. Let's see, it's 12:30 in the game now. We kind of need to be here at night. I called all of our friends, Bess, George, and her boyfriend, Ned, and they gave us some hints, and so hopefully maybe we can kind of get back into this and figure some stuff out. So, here is my pass.
Thank you. You may proceed.
Thank you. So basically we can get into the studio. So this is the studio doors. There's an east wing and a west wing. Down the west wing is where Maddie and Rick's like rooms are, where they get ready. The producer's office is that door at the end of the hall. If we were going to go down the east wing, I think like the writer's room and everything is down here. And then the producer and the prop room are down there. So we've been in the prop room before. We may need to get back in there at night. I'm not super sure. I'm going to try this way first and just see if we get anywhere. But we've kind of explored the prop room after hours. We do have a key for a machine inside the main studio, but we can't get that to work. We've got a remote for Maddie's home TV, some keys. We've got some wire cutters, a screwdriver, the door handle to the prop room in case we need to get in after hours. But we still can't get into the building after hours, so we're kind of stuck there, but nothing's going on here. Oh, hello, people. There you go. So we can check on Maddie's door. But every time we've been to her... Oh! Okay. So, originally, last time we came here all last night, it said, have you found anything out yet? No, not yet. But then when we talked to Bess on the phone last night, she let us know that Lillian, who's the producer, and Rick did date at some point.
Rick date after you both broke up?
Yeah, Rick had been after Lillian for a while, pretty much to meet her film friends from out west. I warned her about Rick, but she didn't listen. Now she bears a grudge against me.
Rick's pretty good at loving and leaving them. What a loser.
It's not like that. At least he wasn't with me. Everyone has this idea that he dumped me, but it wasn't at all like that. He had a lot of trouble dealing with the pressures of his career and a relationship at the same time. We saw it happening and agreed to split up. Rick's a wonderful guy. I have no regrets.
Which is interesting. So Maddie and Rick did date at some point, and we did find a letter hidden in Maddie's desk that appeared to be a love letter to Rick. So maybe there's this question that they're still kind of in love. But it's kind of interesting that Rick and Lillian also dated. All right. So we still can't get in to see Rick. There's still nothing going on down here. Hello to whoever's viewing. Welcome.
It's open.
I wonder if we can say anything else to her.
Have you found anything
No,
out
not yet.
No, not yet.
All right.
I should get back to learning my lines for tomorrow. Good luck.
So maybe we can say something to Lillian? I'm not really sure. I'm hoping that by talking to everybody on the phone and kind of getting that hint, we get some kind of extra information. Or that unlocks something, because I am running out of... Hey, Virior, welcome back. Appreciate it. I just recently started playing again, so I kind of got... I think after you left last night, we got stuck for a while, and so I ended up quitting out of the game, but we're kind of back at it.
It's you again. What do you want?
Oh, here we go. So we did talk to Bess and George on the phone last night. We found out that Lillian, the producer, and Rick had been dating at one point, so it kind of has unlocked some dialogue. So I'm hoping that that gets us somewhere.
Advice on something. Rick's really been flirty with me. Should I take him seriously?
I think Rick's completely out of your league, but he'll flirt with any skirt.
Oh.
If you were good enough for him, then why shouldn't I be?
Listen, you don't know a thing about Rick and me. He used me to meet my friends from LA to try and schmooze his way into films. All along, I thought he really loved me. He just walked all over me.
Gee, I'm sorry. I didn't realize he did that.
Yeah, well, that's ancient history. Just like it is between Rick and your friend Maddie.
What do you mean, between Rick and Maddie?
Oh, come on. Everyone knows how Rick dumped Maddie. Rick hears some bogus story about needing his space to concentrate on his career. Yeah, he had to concentrate on ditching Maddie to date me. You know, I don't think Maddie ever got over it, to tell you the truth.
I don't think Maddie's gotten over it either.
Well, I'll let you get
I don't know
back
if
to
she's
your
angry about it. She doesn't seem to be any time that we've talked to her, but she definitely is, I think, still in love with him. I wonder if we can go back and talk to Maddie.
It's open. Have you found anything
Oh,
out
no,
yet?
not yet. Okay, fine.
No,
Ah!
not yet.
Yeah, I should
was really
get
hoping.
back to learning my lines for tomorrow. Good luck.
Rick is still not here. Alright, we can go down and see if there's anything going on in the prop room. What time is it? 1:45. Oh, this little old lady.
Hello, young lady.
Oh, there's nothing we can say to her either.
I should get back to the set. Goodbye.
Have a good day.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Oops, a little far. Alright, we can see if there's anything to do on the set. Oh, there's something about like the instantly spooky music every time we come in here. It doesn't appear that anybody's here. Anything on the set has changed. There's still all this. There's still this machine, which I don't think works right now. Like, there's not, like, I messed with this for a while last night, and I don't think think the machine is on, maybe? We've already been up the ladder. We fixed the clock and got that key last night. There's still nothing going on back here. There's still nothing over here. Oh my gosh. Nothing over here. I'm hoping I don't, like, immediately start this stream and then it turns out the exact same way as last night, where I walk around and there's nothing that I can do. One thing I might try... Okay, so we tried Maddie and Rick's doors. We tried the set. We've tried... Well, I guess I can try Lillian again. To see if she'll say anything else.
It's you again. What
No.
do you want?
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry for bothering you. I'll leave right away.
And there's nothing I can say to the person in the the lady in the prop room. So... We're gonna head back to Maddie's house and see again if we can call somebody. And see if they can give us some more information.
26 Lexington Avenue, please.
On my way.
Alright. So we'll try this. This is still the same message as last time, but we'll go ahead and try them all.
This is Bess.
Hi, Bess. It's Nancy.
Nothing.
Hello. Any new developments on the case?
I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Give me a call if you need some help, okay?
Alright. Call George.
Hi, George.
Hey, Nancy. what's
Nothing
new on
with
the
her
case?
either. Oh, wait, I'm not sure what
I should do next.
Okay.
Find Rick Arlen. He's bound to have some important information on the case. I'm sure his dressing room is somewhere in the studio.
I've been to his dressing room and he's not there.
Talk to you later.
Good luck and be careful.
Alright, we'll try Ned and see if he says anything else. I'm hoping it's not like I missed something and it's possible to get stuck in this game, because if that's true, I'm going to be super frustrated. I don't want to have to start it over again.
Hello?
Hi, it's me.
Hi. How's it going?
Well, I'm getting along so far.
Okay, I'll let you get back to your sleuthing. Be careful.
Ned, you're absolutely no help. Okay, well, George says to... Maybe he's a specific time. Yeah, I thought about that. 2:45? Alright, we can... There's nothing new here. Alright, I guess we'll get back to the studio and give it a shot.
Taxi!
Where can I take you today, miss?
1999 Broadway, please.
Can I help you?
Hello, here's my pass.
Like, I guess maybe he's here at night or in the morning. I still can't do anything there. And then, hang on. Maintenance. No, okay. Alright, Rick. Are you in your... Whoops, too far. Nothing. What if I just keep knocking on his door constantly?
It's open.
Maddie, where's Rick?
Have you found anything out?
No, I haven't found anything.
Yeah, I should get back to learning my lines for tomorrow. Good luck.
Because I have the option, if I go to Maddie's house, I have the option to go upstairs and change it from day to night and back and forth. But if I leave here and it's... I can't come back at night because I don't have the code to get back in. Like, because I can... If I go outside the building, there's an area where you can get outside this talent exit entrance door, and there I need a code to get in. And... Ned suggested maybe, like, somebody could give me the code, but I haven't found anybody to talk to just yet. Let me try now that it's 3 o'clock. No. Oh, game, you're so frustrating. Because I'm not sure what time, like, quote-unquote night comes around.
Hello, young lady.
She still has nothing.
Goodbye.
Don't take any wooden nickels, young lady.
Thanks for the tip. Yeah, because I can't get into the prop room and go, like, look around and do anything as long as she's in there. But I do have the door handle. So if I wait it out long enough, like, the prop room door will lock and she'll leave. I don't know why I'm talking to this lady.
I'm sorry for bothering you. I'll leave right away.
You do that.
Like, because I'm worried I've, like, done something or missed something to progress the game, but I really have no idea what I could have missed. Let's go check out the studio again. I don't know why. One more time.
I need something to make
Yeah,
this
there we
work.
go. Okay. So, I did pull the fire alarm last night, and that instantly gets you a game over, so we're not going to pull the fire alarm. There's nothing over there. There is this box with this form on it, but there is no information that I can tell. Like, all of this is pretty illegible. On Time Express, World's Reliable Supplier, Worldwide Broadcasting Studios, 1999, which is not the code that's able to be put in, because I think it has to be like 5 different numbers. Invoice, customer account, shipping, like there's... this doesn't give me any, like, real usable information. I've been over here. You can get up here. I think I do need to get into the control room at some point, but again, I need the code, and I haven't... I think it's a 6, because when I changed it to, like, 7th number, that's it. But I haven't seen any symbols that I know of that look like this. Like, none that I can find. So... But that's just the door to the east wing. There's nothing in the panel. Oops. I can zoom in here, but there's nothing... Nothing over here to actually do. So I can only back out and then I can just like look around, but there's nothing. This takes me to like the main set of the stage again. There's something with this tea set I can't do. We'll try back when it hits 4 o'clock, I guess. Over here, this is where I put in the extra piece on the clock and we got the key for the machine. I can look back here where, again, I suspect there's a trap door, but I can't find anything. There's this part of the set, but I don't see anything here to click on or anywhere to go. I know that's Pigpen cipher because I'm weird. So you're probably looking for a series of letters and the actual cipher. That would make sense, but I've seen like nothing that would give me any kind of like, I'm not sure what a Pigpen cipher is, but like I haven't seen any kind of symbols like that or anything that would give me a clue as to like what letters correlate to being those symbols or anything like that. I'm not really sure. We've already read the spooky teleprompter. Is it 4 o'clock? It's 4 o'clock. Alright. Go try again at Rick's place. No answer. Okay. Let's get back into the studio real quick and we'll keep looking around.
I need something to make this
Well,
work.
use your card, Nancy Drew.
I need something to make this
There.
work.
Alright, so again, the main stage. We have looked over here. We've seen this Mystery Loves Company. There's like a violin, but there's nothing to click on here. Anywhere. Nothing else to look at. Can't look in any of the drawers. Again, we can look in this side of the set. I don't see anything of note. There's no way to look around left to right, and there's nothing to click on here. Alright. So then we can go over to this side of the set. We haven't been able to look at this, but we were able to look at the tool thing, and that's where we got our screwdriver. So we took the screwdriver, and so far haven't been able to click on anything else there. And nothing to look at. No, it's just the same, that side of the thing. We looked over here, we saw all the different like cue notes for where things happen. It lets us look at the table where we can see that there's a bunch of magazines, but I haven't really seen anything. We can also look at the... I did find sheet music, yeah, hang on. I found some sheet music last time we were in the prop room. And the code, if you figure out which letters correspond to the notes, it said cage, a bad egg, ace. But that we haven't used that in any way. I did write it down, but I don't know if that's like a code or something that we like can say to somebody or something we can put in. I wasn't able to play the piano or anything that I found it next to. So nothing there. So there's this side of the set. So here we looked at the camera earlier and we were able to see that the clock was important and it was broken. We fixed it. So we've already done that. We can look at this, and I was looking at this for a while last night. It just says light plan 1123. It's just the light plan, I think, for that that scene. But there's like key lights. It didn't really mean anything, or I couldn't really pull anything out of this. So then this, so she says the wheel's stuck, so we use oil, and we're able to get up there. So we can go up here, and the only... Oh! I don't think I saw this view earlier. Not that there's really anything to do. There's no other way to look around, just to go forward. So we know that Rick, when he was filming a scene with Maddie, one of the lights fell and almost hit him. So we did look at this. We could see this last night. So we know that there's like fabric up here. Well, I didn't look at it when we were down on the set. When we were down on the set, you can see like the, I don't know, this piece, the metal piece that was holding the light on. Looks like it's been sawed through. So there is a piece of fabric up here, which looks like maybe somebody tampered with it. Somebody wearing like a red and blue plaid shirt of some kind, which I haven't seen anybody that I know of wearing anything like that. So we've seen this. Oops, I just turned around. There's no way to like... You can see down there. I think if I turn around, yeah, there's now I'm all turned around. But there's, as far as I know, there's nothing else for me to like look at. There's no way for me to go down that path over there. And even though I found like the piece of fabric, Nancy doesn't say anything. Like, it didn't unlock any dialogue or anything. So I'm not sure what that does. Oh, it's 5 o'clock. Let's see if anything has changed. No. Okay, so these doors are still open, which means the studio is still open right now. Which means that everyone should still be here. Oops, that's Maddie's. So still no answer on Rick's door.
It's open.
Maddie should still be here, but has nothing to say. Oh my gosh.
No, not yet.
Oh my gosh.
Get back to learning my lines for tomorrow.
I'm the worst detective. What does this do? Okay. Pocket watch on the game stream keeps track of time in Nancy's world. You can move time ahead by going upstairs inside Maddie's apartment. Again, that only does day to night, and I can't get back in if it's night. Exit game, saving loading, second chances if you made a fatal error, which I did when I pulled the fire alarm. Hence, use the phone in Maddie's apartment to call Ned, Bess, or George. Okay. Oh, come on. Alright, still nothing going on back here. Alright, we'll wait out just a little bit more time, hopefully. I'm hoping they leave it. I was hoping like 5 or 6 o'clock, like the studio would quote unquote shut down. Okay, so back over here. So anyway, so there's nothing up there, up that ladder, other than that piece of fabric, which again, Nancy hasn't said anything or mentioned it to anyone. But when we fixed the clock, we got this key, which opened up this, like, machine, which, like, the light bulb's not on, and I feel like there's maybe no power to this machine. There are 3 knobs that have 4 different positions. These make noises like no-go. The second one only moves if this is in the second spot, and this one only moves if the top thing is in the 3rd spot. And when you get them all to the end, they, like, reset. So I'm not really sure, and I tried a bunch of different codes last night, but I just don't think this machine works. So I don't know if it, you know, like all these power lines and stuff, I don't know if it needs, like, power. I don't even know what it does. And just for interest, there's the broken machinery that the light was held on to, and it does look like it's been sawed through. And when we had a conversation, I think with maybe Lillian and maybe Maddie, you know, Nancy did make the comment like, oh, it looks like it's been sawed through, like it looks like this was a deliberate attempt and not an accident. So it's 5:30 and everything's still open. I don't want to leave and go back to Maddie's apartment until everything closes down for nighttime. Because otherwise, if I do that, I can't get back in the building once it's night if I leave. And I would have to, like, wait through the time all day long again.
It's you again.
Okay. I don't know why I'm clicking on these people. I haven't done anything.
You do that.
Again, there's the prop room, but we can't look to the side. Like, we can't go, like, down or around the corner. Oops. Let's try this way. There we go. I guess it's just the exit that's down there. So, this is Lillian's office. Stairs to the second level, which we haven't been able to take any stairs or anything. This is the prop room. Soundstage. Maintenance is over here. The producer. Somebody's room. Maddie's room. Rick's room. This is the talent exit. Lobby. Elevator. Alright. Oh my gosh, come on, 6 o'clock. Just gonna like wander up and down the hallway. Nonchalantly wandering around. And we did one time when we first walked by the producer's office, we did hear him making comments about like it kind of I think it pertained to Rick, like he's not going to break his contract that easily or something like that, because we know that Rick wants to leave. The thing that makes me nervous is I just don't know if I've missed something somewhere. Because even in, like, the prop room, Maddie's dressing room and Rick's dressing room had so much stuff to look at.
It's open.
She's still here. What if she just says it's open and I leave? Rick. Where are you? George told me I needed to find you, but I can't find you. Oh, 6 o'clock. Okay. Alright, well, he's still not there.
It's open.
She's still there. Oh my gosh. Is the studio still open? No, the studio's closed. Okay, alright. Studio's closed. Hang on. But Maddie is still here. Even though it's after hours?
It's open. Have you found
Okay,
anything
she still has
out
nothing to say. Alright.
yet? Yeah, I should.
But we can get back into the prop room now that it's closed. Or now that the studio's shut. Because Miss Strathhorn should be gone. Alright. Let's do it. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. See, so the door handle's gone. So she, like, takes it with her when she leaves. But we have the door handle. Okay. Cat. So we're in the prop room with the cats. Okay. That's where the sheet music was last time. So we can walk all around here. So there is this, like, authorized personnel. I thought initially when I got this key, the key from the clock, I thought it would go here, but it doesn't. And then I think it was Ned, maybe? Ned insinuated that there were, like, more than one way... There's more than one way to, like, get into places, or secret entrances or something around the set. Let me go back to, like, the beginning. So we looked at this. No one's allowed in the prop room except for people who are authorized to be in the prop room. So this is the entrance. I don't know if there's any way to get up those stairs. Okay, hang on. Okay. If I start at the beginning, there is this bell. I haven't figured out this bell yet. It says, the key to a mystery is revealed by the wise when the bell sounds its toll and the moon makes its rise. So I don't think I've been able to use anything on the bell to make it, like, sound or anything. Oops. I clicked away from it. When the bell sounds its toll and the moon makes its rise. I thought maybe that would be like something would happen at nighttime if you like rang the bell. But I think it was here at like midnight on the clock time. And nothing was... I haven't found a way to ring the bell yet, I guess. If there is one. Like, there's nothing else to do, to click on. I tried using all the tools. Okay, so we have that. And then we can look in here. So there is this jewelry box. There's this, was it like sapphire spider thing that was mentioned as being, as like a prop set or something like that. But we can open and close that. Alright. Knives, oil can. There is this, like, old-timey radio, which, again, I haven't been able to do anything to it that I know of. And it's a little bit frustrating because I don't know what's important in this room and what isn't. I am able to look at the... What are these? Phonographs? Is that what they're called? Oop. So, I don't know if there's anything I can do there. Put my screwdriver away. Alright, so that's that. Nothing here to look at. We'll go back behind the counter again in just a minute. Somebody did say she was a cat lover. Let's see. Pictures, spider, canoe. Oh, I don't think I looked at this last time. This looks like the thing that would go on the front of a ship. But I don't think there's anything to do with that. Alright, so starting at this side, we did look at the music. So we did, again, this was Cage a Bad Egg Ace, the letters spelled out. But we're not able to, like, actually play the piano or do anything. Oh, I don't think I looked at the moose last time either. It's kind of an angry looking moose. I feel like there's nothing in the windows, in the sides. Like, again, I don't know why I'm looking at the moose. We did look at the trunk and we did solve this. Because this was the... It was like this puzzle, which we did get a key. I don't remember which key it was. We did get a key. So we did that already. We looked at this like weather vane. We couldn't get up the stairs, I guess. There's a harp over here. Whoops. We did already look at the map. Because I had to turn my head upside down to read what was going on the map. Which I think I figured out was just like a note that said like you have to like look underneath. We were able to lift the corner of this map earlier, and that's where we got the bolt cutters. This box of door handles is where we got the door handle. So we can get in the room after hours if we're still in the building. There's this sad... How do I click on it? It makes its weird wheezy noise. There it is. There's our sad bagpipe. We were able to click on this gargoyle guy, but I can't do anything with him. The diver's helmet we can look at. but I wasn't able to, like, open it, you know, or anything. Oh, there's the birdhouse. Again, I don't know what to do with the birdhouse. The problem is, like, a lot of these things doesn't even indicate that there is anything to be done. There is this crossword puzzle, which I wrote down the letters, and I couldn't spell anything with them. Or I could spell a lot of things with them, because it's a lot of shaded letters. But I wrote them down in case we need them. Alright, we were able to look at the logbook. We did decipher with this substitution cipher. Many pages come before this in the logbook with a clue, but nothing comes after this unless it's written on the glue, which I think gave us the clue to look. So there was a letter back here that we could look at about things that are missing, but then we were able to investigate up here. I think it gave us that clue. So I wrote down that, which I'm assuming is a password, but I have not seen a computer. Can use the bolt cutters on the chain for the gate. Oh my gosh. Is that it? Is that it? Is that the solution? I don't think I tried that. No. I'm clicking furiously. Oop. And it is not working. So no, we cannot use the bolt cutters on the chain. What time is it now? It's like after 7 o'clock. We did notice though that this typewriter drops its Y's, right? That they're falling down, and we do know that that was a signature of the some of the threat letters that Rick has gotten have had this same thing wrong with them, the same dropped Y's. So it's kind of interesting. I tried all the keys last time. I wasn't able to, like, click any of them. I wasn't able to, like, unroll the paper or anything like that. So anyway. Why? So, yeah. So nothing there. What was interesting here? The diary, which I read, and then all it does is talk about a boat trip around the coast of South America, and they hit a storm. There's this ballerina. Or no, ice skater? Ice skater. In a snow globe. There's the dragon. We looked at a cute dragon. And again, there's nothing that I can tell to do here. It's just like interesting stuff to look at. I don't think there's anything here. In this section over here. Oop. Let's see. Iron. We can look at that fire helmet. Try to see if there's anything else. So we can look at the fire helmet. No idea. And then over here, there's a letter in that mailbox. And basically, this is just a letter asking Miss Strathhorn for more donations. And they mentioned Serena's spider sapphire pin, which is that blue spider thing. An ivory charm given to her by Rory. The brass-bound trunk, which I think is what we got the, we got a key from. That's where we did that puzzle earlier. Alright, but as far as I can tell, I don't know how to get in here. No bolt cutters. No screwdriver. To be fair, it doesn't even look like there's much in there, if we're being real honest. There's like a chair, some signs, a box. I don't know what's back there. I don't even know what's even in here. I thought maybe we could like get in from the top. I imagine that this has like maybe a, let me call it, like a a passageway or a trap door. Like maybe this goes under the stage. Okay. So we're still in here after hours now. I don't know if we can talk to anybody after hours.
It's you again.
Because she's still
What do you
here.
want?
Oh, I'm sorry for bothering you. I'll leave right away.
You do that.
Okay. Doors are still shut. Nobody in there. Hang on. Ugh. Nobody in maintenance. Can't knock on the door. We've never been able to get in these first two dressing rooms. I don't know who they belong to.
It's open.
See if Maddie's still here.
Have you found anything out yet?
Nothing yet.
Not yet. Yeah, I should get back to learning my lines for tomorrow. Good luck.
Alright, so nothing there. And still nothing at Rick's door. And it's like 8:30 at night. I could maybe try going back to Maddie's apartment and calling Bess, George, and Ned at night. But like, other than that, I don't know what else to do. I don't know if I've missed something. Maybe Rick's on the set late at night, but like, no, nobody's on the set. I still don't think I can open this door. It's up here. It's still locked. And I don't know what to do. Nobody over here. It doesn't appear that there's anybody actually on the set. I like how she has to oil that every single time she wants to go up the ladder. Yeah, I can leave from the talent exit. We can try doing that. Let me just make sure nobody's like, I don't know, sneaking up around here at night. Okay, there's nobody up here. Alright. Yeah, we can leave from the talent exit. Hang on. We'll try it. And again, the clock will run until midnight, and it'll stop at midnight. So if we wanted to, it's 9 o'clock now. Nothing there. So far, every time I've exited from the talent exit, it just takes us outside. We'll try it. Yeah. So
It's locked.
if we try and go back in, it'll say it's locked. So that we can click over to the side of the building here. And then there's like the parking lot, and then there's this side entrance. So this is the talent entrance. But this is locked. And it seems to be, I think, a 6-digit code. Or, yeah, it's 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 7 maybe? 4, 5, 6, 7. When I try and press an 8th button, it doesn't do anything. So there's no real way for me to like call or do anything here that I know of. I don't know if it's just like a certain 8 digits or 8 symbols, but yeah, so once that happens and it's nighttime, I'm locked out of the building because I don't have a code to get back in. So I think the idea is that you get a code to get in and you get the door handle and you can explore all the things at night, but I haven't gotten that far yet. I have tried to visit Dwayne Powers at night, and he hasn't done anything. Like, he won't answer the door buzzer, and you can't get inside the building to see him, so... Oops. So... Woo! Sorry. Sorry, no, don't take me there.
Street, please.
You got it.
Wait, did I get taken to a new location? No, I'm still here. Okay. So the only thing I can do is go in Maddie's house. So I'll try the phone again in just a minute. But there's still nothing there. Oh, wait. What's this? Oh! There's a package! Oh my gosh! How long has that been there? How long has that been there? You guys! Has that been there, like, the whole time? It's the videotape that we can watch. Alright, we've had a break in the case. And it's just us coming home and realizing that we had a package. Oh my gosh. Okay, Nancy, I hope you're enjoying your trip to New York. I thought you might find this tape of interest to your case. It's a TV interview with Rick Arlen on a soap opera news show. You know, for a young lad, he's quite fetching. Take care and be careful, Nancy. With love, Hannah. Okay. Let's watch a tape. Let's watch a tape. To be fair, I feel like that was extremely difficult to see. Like, it was just like a little brown, like, hang on, we're gonna go back. We're gonna take another look real quick here. Hang on. Like that. Like, that's not super obvious. I think if we're all being real here, I'm just trying to justify missing important clues. All right. Okay, hang on. Turn on the TV. Just, okay, TV's on. Tape in. Ooh, okay.
Studios with soap heartthrob Rick Arlen. The studios are abuzz with talk that you may be heading for a career in films. Will Rory Danner be killed off the show?
Rory is a character who is dear to my heart. I never put him in a life-threatening situation. I'll leave that to the writers.
Well, how could anyone in their right mind leave such a gorgeous co-star, Maddie Jensen? Is it true that your on-stage love affair has led to an off-stage romance?
Only my hairdresser knows for sure.
Weren't you seen with that actress Greta Von
Ooh.
at Cannes earlier
Who's
this
this?
year? Any chance you may be starring in a film with her in the near future?
Oh no, not while I'm with the WWB network.
Our sources say that you've been a victim of a stalker. Is that true?
Well, yes, in a sense. I feel like I'm being watched at every moment, and always at the same time. Weekdays from 2 to 3 on Channel 13.
I can't stand this guy.
Oh, Rick.
Oh, you're so funny.
I need something
Well,
to make this work.
I don't really know what that told me at all, if anything. What's that eye? That creepy eye goes away if I do that. I don't know what that is. Alright, okay. So we at least watched the videotape. I don't really know what to do with that info. I mean, it just seemed like a pretty normal interview. Aside from the fact that it did tell us about that other actress. Maybe she's involved in this somehow. Oh, weekdays from 2 to 3. That's smart. Okay. Weekdays from 2 to 3. So I guess let's make it daytime again. And maybe from 2 to 3 we can find him? Or... I don't know if that's like when they're filming. That's when the show comes on? Let me just call everybody just in case. Well, I don't know. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock in the morning, so we start at 10 o'clock in the morning. Maybe we should just go to the set and see if anything's changed now. We can see if Maddie's in here. She is not. Like, maybe we could turn on the TV on weekdays from 2 to 3. But that would just be like the TV show, right? Like, I don't know that that would tell us anything.
Taxi!
Where can I take you today, miss?
1999 Broadway, please.
Is it a weekday? I think that's a good question. Is it a weekday? So I think on that calendar, the 13th is circled, and I think if I remember correctly on that calendar, that's a Friday. But I can't tell if that's today's date or not.
Hello. Here's my pass.
Hello, Miss.
And that's the only calendar I've seen.
Thank you. You may proceed.
Maybe I should have looked at it today. Hang on. Now that we're in here, oh gosh. Okay. Rick. Oh. Rick.
Hello?
Why is the music all spooky? Okay, we got into his office, but why is the music all spooky? Ooh, die Rick! It says die Rick! Hang on. Play me. Play. Play the thing. Did you guys understand any of that? Because all I heard was somewhere in this room is an explosive device, and I couldn't hear anything. Okay, all I heard was, like, hi Rick, didn't you get my first warning? Somewhere in this room is an explosive device. Womp 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 womp. I didn't hear anything after that. Oh my god, you guys. Trophy, are you gonna explode? No. Okay, hang on. What would be a more obvious explosive device? This thing? This thing? Oh, is it in the cabinets? Is it Jabone? Is it Mega Stick? Oh wait, is it the TV? That would be it. Nope, I don't think it's the magazines. Oh gosh, get out of this. Is it... explosive device? Oh. Okay, we got some 3D glasses. Do we put them on? No. What would be an explosive device? Oh, you guys, we're 100% gonna explode. Oh, we're gonna explode. Is it the chocolates? Is it the Dyrick chocolates? Okay, no, they're not gonna explode. Is it the golf clubs? Is it in the closet? You can always try again. I know, but the pressure! The pressure! Is it the flout? Wherever this explosive device is, it is not obvious. And I don't like the extremely intense music. Pay attention to the clues? Oh. Okay. Hang on. I can't hear it. Like, I cannot understand. I can hear, hi Rick. I can hear, didn't you get my first warning? There's an explosive device somewhere in this room. Don't try and run, the doors are locked. And then it feels like they say something after that. I'm scared to try the door. Because, see, that happens. Okay, alright. We can't go in the... Alright. Don't try the door. He was serious about that. Okay. But it exploded from somewhere over here. Was it this? Is this the explosive device? Oh. Are there captions for the game? I believe that they're on.
Right, I forgot.
Closed captioning is on.
70th birthday next month? Oh, you are so sassy. But that's what I love about you.
So,
Right, I
there's player speech, there's character speech.
your 70th birthday next month?
Like, closed captions are on, but I still can't hear what it says. What is this? Is it the music? 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 But either way, okay, so it sounds like whatever it is just this device. I do have a screwdriver. So we can unscrew these.
Cover is on too tight.
Okay, hang on. Nancy. She likes to put down the screwdriver every time. Oh! Do I cut wires? Do I cut a certain wire? Not the blue wire.
Hello?
Okay. One more time.
Somewhere in this room is an explosive device that will blow it and burn it to smithereens. Maybe too damn out there with it. Hello, Rick. Don't try to hide the light. The door's right. Didn't you get my first warning? Somewhere in this room is an explosive device that will blow it and burn it to smithereens. Maybe too damn out there with it.
Right, I forgot. You're celebrating.
I don't know if turning it off or on will do anything. No. Okay. Yeah.
Somewhere in this room is an explosive device that will blow it and burn it to smithereens. Maybe too damn out there with it.
Yeah, the timer doesn't start until after I unscrew the thing, which is fine. So I tried the blue one. Oh, okay. Cut the red wire? No. That also explodes us. I can't tell if the actual like what the tape recorder is saying has a clue on it about like which wire to cut, but I cannot understand. Oh, let's get those 3D glasses again at least. I don't know why I need them, but I got them last time. Yeah, I guess that's true. The timer doesn't start until I unscrew the thing. Oh, yeah, sorry, but I can't tell, like, if it's saying something important that lets me know which wire to cut. And I just can't hear it or understand it. Leave light of our love or else. Trigger, remove, watch out, I'm right behind you. I was trying to see if any of these... Your time is running out. I mean, to be fair, so far we've tried 2 of the wires. We've tried blue and red. The music is so intense. I hate to just keep randomly trying wires, though. Especially when I feel like there should be, like, some kind of solution. Oh, here's the note again, the one with the dropped Ys. So this one came, theoretically, from that typewriter in the prop room. Alright, I guess we can give it another shot. Choose another wire this time. I hope it's not like wires in order. One more time.
Don't try to hide the light. The door's right. Didn't you get my first warning? Somewhere in this room is an explosive device that will blow it and burn it to smithereens. Maybe too damn out there with it.
Yeah, I can't understand the last section of that message. It's just like, hi Rick, don't try to leave the door. There's a bomb in the room. Something about it sounds like it'll blow everybody to smithereens. And after that, I can't understand it. All right, let's give it another shot. I'm trying to remember, what was it in the last game? I think it was like a boiler that was going to explode, and it definitely exploded the first time I did the puzzle because I couldn't figure it out. All right, so we've tried blue and we've tried red. Hang on. Let's see if there's something other than like a wire to look at or a bomb to cut. You can...
I need something to clip the wires.
Yeah. Hang on. Orange. Nope. Well, there's only one wire left to cut. I don't like brute forcing my way through puzzles. It's not like a... Let's get these glasses again. Alright. We've saved the 3D glasses that we accidentally got. I don't know if they'll be important, but they might be. Alright. Let's try, I guess, yellow wire. I don't know what else to do. Okay, here we go. So, Lorraine, I can, like, look at these wires, but she says I need something to cut. There's nothing else. There's, like, this gray thing over here, but... I guess we'll try yellow? Oh! Oh, no! Okay, it's not yellow-blue. What else would we have seen that gives us an order to colors? So I'm trying to, like, read the chocolates. I was trying to see if there was, like, anything in here, because I think it says, like, didn't you get my previous warning? And I didn't know if, like, the colors in any of these letters might be it. Yellow, orange, red, blue. Oh, the Her Interactive logo is on the mug. That's cute. The makers of the Nancy Drew game. God, I don't... Oh, there's like a lot of people watching. I'm glad you guys are all watching me not do well at this puzzle. But welcome. I appreciate you guys being here. So there's currently a bomb in the room that we're in, and we have to cut some wires. See, like yellow, red, blue. God, I'm grasping at straws here. 100%, absolutely. So the bomb is over here. We need to cut 4 wires. There's a red, orange, yellow, blue wire. And we know that yellow wire is the first wire through process of elimination, but I was hoping that there was an easier way. Can I use the 3D glasses on anything in the room? Oh, I haven't gotten 3D glasses yet. Okay, got 3D glasses. Do I have them? Nope.
Don't try to hide the room. The door's right. Didn't you get my first warning? Somewhere in this room is an explosive device that will blow
Nope.
your body to smithereens. Maybe we'll get another one. Too bad your debut out there a bit.
3D chocolates, you guys. Nope. I feel like it would have to be on like a flat image or a picture if I could use them. .3D flowers. You know it's bad when you get to the point where you're just like, click on everything, because you can't think of anything else to... No. 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 Can't 3D those. I think the only other things are these. Oop. Nope. Did I 3D this note? I think I 3D'd this note. No. I mean, to be fair, I don't know what to... Yeah, it's really nice that, yeah, that counter doesn't go off until after I have unscrewed the top of that tape player. Nope. I tried this stuff. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's right. I forgot there was something in here. But I can't 3D it. Rick, your time is running out. We have discovered that my time is really not running out, though. If I do try the door handle, it does explode. Can't 3D the Mega Stick. There's gotta be like an answer to the puzzle is what frustrates me. Like, we could easily sit here and click over and over and over again. Nope. You know, we could click over and over and over again that, oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Nope. Oh, 3D Rick. Okay. We could click, we could click over and over again and easily, like, brute force our way through the puzzle. But I don't think that's how the game is meant to be played, right? You should be able to get everything theoretically, I would imagine, on the first try.
Hello, Rick. Don't try to light the room. The door's right. Didn't you get my first warning? Somewhere in this room is an explosive device that will blow your body to smithereens.
Did I read everything in the room? I think so.
Too bad your debut out there a bit.
Okay. So, Leave Light of Our Love or Else by B.T. Kaiser. I'm tracking your every move. Watch out, I'm right behind you. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I did. If you won't be mine, you won't be anybody's. And that's the thing. I guess I missed the 3D glasses like the first time I went around, but... Former talent, where are they now? Soap Opera Journal. Does Serena have amnesia again? Rory's Love Octagon. President of the Rick Arlen fan club. We did read about that earlier. Will be Wedding Bells for Rick. I wonder if this is the other actress they were talking about. Full color Rick photos. So I'm gonna get you, Rick. Your D's as Rory Donner are numbered. B.T. Kaiser. Let's see, if it were orange, red, yellow, and blue. I was trying to think of like letters that it would spell out something. I haven't been able to click on anything here. Failure impending doom. Let's see. Oh, wait. I don't know. Sorry. You ordered a red wine and I got excited because I saw a color. I don't think that's it though. Taxi ride. Taxis are yellow. But I know that yellow is first, because that's the only one that I have clicked on that hasn't immediately exploded the bomb. Hang on. Rick, your time is running out. Sorry, I'm just like yellow, red, orange. You know, but I think that's really just not the answer. There's a lot of this stuff in this office to click on. Alright. I'm going back to the bomb. Well, hang on. It's the only other thing I can think of. There's this poem. That doesn't really have anything. That note is blue? Which note is blue? This note is blue? Oh no. Previous note? This note is blue? Can you not click on the script? I don't think I could. Could I? No. I can click on the chocolates. If we look at the chocolates do say die, Rick. But I didn't see any other, like, letters. Maybe that's a Y, but that's really not obvious. I feel like I've clicked on most everything in here that is able to be clicked on. The only other notes I think are your time is running out. Y, red, orange, but nothing blue. And then there's this one. Your time is running out is blue. That was the one that's up here, right? Yeah. It just kind of looks like a sheet of paper. I mean, I don't know. Okay, I think we're just gonna have to try some things and then move on. I still have the 3D glasses. Okay. And I'll play the thing one more time for you guys.
Don't try to hide the road. The door's right. Didn't you get my first warning? Somewhere on this road is an explosive device that will blow it and burn in a swing of rays. Maybe it won't be alright. Too bad you're dead now out there with it.
But I can barely understand that. I can't tell if it's just like 1999 voice things. Alright. So we can clip yellow. I think, what did I do? Yellow, blue? Let's try yellow, red. Ooh, yellow, red. Okay, I don't know why that was the thing. I just tried a random combination. That was in no way... Ooh, it's a little loud.
It was pretty
Yeah, pure luck.
And then what happened?
Once I defused the bomb and got out of there, I called the police, and I was stuck at the station for hours. They searched the dressing room and sent the bomb off to the crime lab, but they didn't find anything. Oh, and remind me to thank Chief McGinnis when I get back home. He vouched for me when I asked for a copy of the tape.
It sounds like things have gotten way out of control.
Oh, Ned, I've got another call. It's probably the police. I love you, and I promise I'll be careful. Call you later, okay?
Okay.
Hello, Miss Drew. This is Bill Pappas, the producer for Light of Our
Oh.
I just wanted to thank you for your...
I can't turn the captions back on.
I understand that you've been detained at the police department.
I will turn the captions back on the first chance I get. I was trying to turn them off and on to see if I could get captions for that tape recording, but no luck. So, hang out with me for a bit.
Yes, I was. They needed a statement from me.
What type of information?
So Mr. Pappas is the producer, by the way, and he's been making not threatening statements alluding to Rick, but potentially. Let's see. I guess this is the only way I can get information from him, maybe.
And what I found in the dressing room. Can I ask who has access to Mr. Arlen's dressing room?
Only Rick and the security personnel. We've already checked into this. Rick is very touchy about his room and won't even let the janitors clean it unless he's there.
Yeah, how many security people? Because so far we've only seen the one guy at the desk.
How many people do you employ? Is it just Ralph?
That's confidential. But rest assured, we hire the best security. And Mr. Gardino comes highly recommended. He's my wife's cousin.
Alright. Let's see. Oh my god, this is so many questions. So, holy cow. So, can you think of anyone on the staff who has explosives or skills in explosives or electronics? Seems a little bit on the nose. Do you believe someone from the outside the studio could have done this? I don't know how they could have gotten in. Video surveillance of the hallways might be helpful. People have access to the studio at night. Who takes care of the teleprompter? Because there was a threatening message on it. Studio have any audio mixing equipment? I guess maybe like make a tape recording and, you know, disguise your voice, I guess. Let's see. Let's ask about surveillance video.
Of the hallways, perhaps.
We're looking into that. Listen, we run a studio down here, not a prison. Sometimes staffers borrow the security videos when they run out. We've addressed this problem before, and I can guarantee it won't happen again. Hold on a second. No, tell him I'll call him.
People borrow surveillance videos?
What else do you need? Hello?
Yeah. I guess.
Who else has access to the staff offices?
The usual people. Janitors, some assistants, Millie, security. Now, is there anything else you need to ask of me? I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Whenever they say stuff like that, like, I think you can only ask, like, a limited number of the questions. Let's see if
Does the studio
yeah.
have any audio mixing equipment?
Of course we do. We have a whole department set up for audio recording. We also have some mixers in the control room.
Oh.
Do you think I can see them sometime?
We're very busy with production right now, and we're no longer conducting tours.
Mixers in the control room. I was trying to see if we could get access to the control room. That's the one we need the code for.
If he decides to leave.
We need to have somebody on standby if he decides to leave. Is that what he said?
Are there many people who have access to the studio at night?
Only our key talent and some of the floor managers have access. And of course, myself and Lillian.
Ooh.
But we've often got projects going on around the clock. Post-production work and set design, to name a few.
Is
See-
it possible
get
for
that
you to
code.
have the code for the talent entrance?
Absolutely not. That code is to be used only for those who need it. Hold on a second.
Uh,
Tell him I'll call him.
thought we could finally get the code.
Don't put him on hold. I'll call him.
Okay.
Hello?
Do you believe someone from outside the studio could have done this?
That's impossible. This set has been closed down tight since that accident.
Yeah.
I even hired extra security. My own mother couldn't have gotten in here.
Let's see.
Can you think of anyone on the staff who has skills in explosives or electronics?
We definitely do not use explosives on our set. We use outside pyrotechnicians for location shoots. And of course, all of our technical crew are very knowledgeable about electronics. But I couldn't picture any of them making a bomb.
Is there anyone on the technical staff that would hold a grudge against Rick?
Look, I'm not the studio psychologist. Rick's not the easiest guy to work with, neither am I. But then, I don't have people leaving me threatening letters in my office.
That's fair.
Who takes
Okay, they will ask all the questions, I guess.
In theory, it's the lead scriptwriter's job to manage that part of production. But a lot of actors, especially Maddie, like to edit their script to add emphasis or direction.
So then, anyone has access to the teleprompter?
We've already looked into that incident with the teleprompter. Anyone from the stagehands to myself could have rigged it. Listen, I need to get back to work. Do you need anything else?
Well, thank you for your help in this matter, Mr. Pappas. Goodbye.
Yes, well, thanks again for your brave efforts today. Goodbye.
Okay. Let's see. Nancy, George called for you earlier today, told that you would call her back. All right, let's call George.
Thane residence.
Hi, George.
Oh.
Hey, Nancy, what's new on the case?
I'm not sure what I should do next.
You know, I bet they changed the lock combinations because of that bomb scare. See if you can find a memo, or maybe a note to Maddie about this.
That's a good idea. Okay.
Talk to you later.
Good luck and be careful.
I forgot. Let me also turn closed captioning back on. Okay. There we go. All right. So, okay. George didn't really have anything too crazy. All right. So we survived the bomb. Got a call from the producer. Just curious to see if the day has changed. No, see, it still says the 13th is circled. There's still this creepy eye. Whoop, there it goes. Whoop, it's back. Whoop, it's gone. Yeah, there you go. Turn on captions. Got them on. All right. Okay. So, I guess we'll head back to the studio, see if we can find anything about the door code and see if anything has changed.
Taxi.
Where can I take you today,
There's no
miss?
cats behind me.
1999 Broadway, please.
Pull the blinds down on my window. All right. Okay, well, there's nothing actually physically over here by the door, which makes sense that it wouldn't be on the outside, but you never know. Thought I'd check. All right, so we're back in. Just making sure no one's hanging out in the lobby anywhere.
Can I help you?
Is our buddy the security guard?
Hello. Here's my pass.
Hello, Ms. Drew. Thank you.
All right.
You may proceed.
I guess we should probably go talk to Maddie first. Check on her, see if she's okay. There's Mr. Pappas, the producer's office.
It's open. Nancy, I'm so glad that you're okay. Everyone's been talking about that bomb scare. Rick's still shrugging it off, but I can tell he's upset about it.
Oh, there's nothing else we can really say. I was really worried that we were going to walk back in and she's like, anything new on the case? And be like, nope, see you later. But okay, at least she has something to say.
Well, I'll see you later, Maddie.
Yeah, I should get back to learning my lines for tomorrow. Good luck.
The problem is, too, I wish we could look around her dressing room again. Because I wonder if there's, like I missed the 3D glasses in Rick's.
Entrez-vous.
Oh, he's in here. Maybe we can talk to him about it.
My hero, Nancy Drew. You know, according to ancient tradition, if someone saves your life, you should serve them for the rest of your life. So, what can I do for you, young lady? Your wish is my command.
Yeah, right. Well, you can tell me if you've noticed any suspicious characters around your dressing room lately.
Yes, I have. They're named Agent Harris, Officer Josewitz, and Detective Bonnet. It appears I've been quite a celebrity with the local authorities. Hey, I hear Detective Beach is looking for a new star. Do you think I should do some research with my new friends to land the part?
So who haven't you dated? See him. I'll just start at the top, I guess.
With the prop master.
Old Millie Strathorn, heir to the worldwide broadcast.
It's a pretty good invitation.
She's great, except for the fact that she's never liked me. She thinks I'm too big for my britches, and that I wouldn't know a good thing if it came up to me and stuck its finger in my nose.
Can I ask your advice? Dwayne Powers is my agent. He's pretty good, isn't he?
Dwayne's a loser, babe.
No.
Tell me he's representing you.
Didn't he represent you?
Yes, he did. A very long time ago. I was young and naive, just like you, love. I made a mistake. Something you can't afford to do at this point in your career.
Nancy Drew in her very famous acting career.
So tell me, Rick, who haven't you dated on Light of Our Love? Oh, you've got quite a reputation on this set.
Whatever anyone's saying, I can guarantee that it's all wrong. I swear. I'm just misunderstood, that's all.
Misunderstood. Hi to all the new viewers. Appreciate you guys hanging out and watching. Come on in. We're trying to solve some mysteries here with Nancy Drew. Why are there two so you've never dated Millie? So you've never dated Millie, old Millie Strathorn? So you've never dated Lillian?
So you've never dated Lillian?
Okay, I admit it. Lillian and I had a brief fling. But my heart's true to you, love.
Oh, thank you, Rick. I feel so loved right now. Was this before or after you dated Maddie? Well, we know it was after. He totally dated Millie 110%. Do you think so? Is that how he... Oh, oops.
So bitter.
Lillian's a nobody. She was always after me, and things were breaking up between Maddie and
Yeah.
me. It was just a rebound romance. I know, I've got this bad reputation as being some kind of Casanova, but everyone's got a second chance, you know? I just wish sometimes I could go back in time, just wake up and find it was just a dream and start all over. I wouldn't be known as Rick the Slick then.
Rick the Slick? Huh. Alright.
Listen,
Maybe I should have asked him about Millie.
okay?
Stay beautiful.
Again, that is how I signed off my stream last night. Stay beautiful. I think I'm gonna use that from now on, you guys. That's got a good ring to it. We could go ask Millie about romance. Let's see. Okay, so we've talked to Rick and Maddie. There's no one in maintenance. I don't think we could talk to... Hang on, let me swing the camera around. This excellent driving system. Yeah, can't talk to the producer. We can go talk to Lillian, the producer. Still can't talk to the casting director. Or is it the writer who's over here? Yeah, the head writer. Let's see what Lillian, the director, is up to.
Well, well, well. I see our local hero has shown up for work.
You're welcome.
Not only can she waste everyone's time with prying questions, but she can find the time to save Rick from being blown to smithereens.
Again, you're welcome. Although, to be fair, I guess if their breakup didn't go well... Yeah, I feel like there's ex-boyfriends that I've wanted to blow to smithereens before, but, you know, eventually we all get over that, Lillian, and we move on with our lives.
Well, I'll let you get back to your business.
Bye-bye.
But, she's the worst.
It's open!
I love Millie Strathorn. For some reason, I love her.
I think you've become quite the celebrity, saving Rory Dunn from those diabolical traps set by that cold-blooded scoundrel.
By Yuri, his twin brother.
She had my wire cutters, else you would have been blown all the way to Bakersfield.
I did steal her wire cutters. It's very weird to me that she really only talks about him as Rory Danner. She definitely, like, last time we talked to her, we were like, oh, you know, Rick? And she's like, who's Rick? I only know Rory Danner. And it was kind of like, maybe she's just kind of lost in this fantasy world of Light of Our Lives. But interesting diabolical trap set by that cold-blooded scoundrel Yuri. Yuri Danner is, I believe, Rory Danner's evil twin brother from Light of Our Lives. Yeah, see here, if I say this,
Don't you
she's
know
gonna be like,
Rick
who?
Allen? And who is Yuri?
No, I mean Rory Danner, young lady.
Mm-hmm.
Yuri is Rory's evil twin. He's always trying to bump off Rory. With his brother out of the way, Yuri thinks he'll have a clear shot at Serena. I've been trying to help him ever since Rory showed up in Jackson's ward. That Rory Danner needs to be taught a lesson.
Wait, hang on here. With his brother out of the way, Yuri thinks he'll have a clear shot at Serena. I've been trying to help him ever since Rory showed up in Jackson's Wharf. I've been trying to help him? I've been trying to help Yuri? I'm so confused. That Rory Danner needs to be taught a lesson, so yeah, Rick's out here setting bombs in his own dressing room. I thought the same thing initially, that because there's this whole thing about he wants to get out of his contract with Light of Our Lives, this soap opera he's on, and there's all these rumors that he wants to go to Hollywood and he wants to start starring in movies and kind of like make that jump. So I thought the same thing too, like maybe maybe Rick is setting his own like threatening notes and all that kind of stuff, like I can't work here anymore, and that'll make it easier for him to like cut his contract and leave. I don't know. Because he seems, they've talked about that a lot, that he seems very nonchalant about the whole thing. Like, none of this really seems to have bothered him. But also, this typewriter over in the corner there, that typewriter that Millie has a dropped Y. And we have noticed that in a lot of the threat letters that Rick has received, it's coming from that typewriter. So is like Millie stuck in this crazy fantasy world and she can't separate this TV show from reality, and she thinks he really is Rory Danner, and she thinks he needs to be taught a lesson, and she's typing him out these crazy like like threatening notes and giving them to this Rick guy? I don't know. So many mysteries to solve. Oh, man. Okay. All right. So, okay. I don't know. Maybe she's doing it. All right. We've talked to Lillian. Let's go see if there's anything, I guess, going on the set, or if anything has changed there. Oop. Wait. What is this tape? Kitty. Oh, Kitty. Hi, Hannah. Yeah, I have two cats. That's Hannah. She's the black and white one. If you see an orange one, Lucy. That's my other cat. Anne, you're cleaning yourself on camera, young lady. Yeah. What you doing? Hi. All right. Hello. Hi. Say hi to stream. There we go. There, perfect. All right, so that's Hannah. And that's also why I have the cat tree in the background, and I have a cat bed here. If they tend to come around usually when I'm streaming and hang out. Anyway, sorry. What is this tape though? Is this tape the recording that we got? I don't remember having a tape before. Did we like save it? Oh, just cool. Thank you so much for following. I appreciate it. Maybe we saved it. So, tape from freezing room? Is that the dressing room? Maybe if we can get into the control room where they have, like, the audio mixtapes. Like, yeah, the bomb recording tape. That's what I thought maybe it was, too. I just don't remember actually taking it. But, maybe if we can get into, like, the audio mixing room, we can... whatchamacallit? Like, unmix it. Revert it, I guess, to the original, like, tape setting sounding stuff. Still nothing there. Alright, oh. Yeah, so this is where the control room is, and we still, again, don't have this code. I haven't seen any letters that look like this. Or anything even, like, close.
It's locked.
I know it's locked, Nancy Drew. Thank you. Still nothing going on over here. Don't see anything there. Oh, they said they'd send me a copy of it. I did not remember that portion of the conversation. Good catch. We still have the screwdriver. This is still the same camera layout. Well, there's Lucy. Hey, kitty kitty. What you doing? Come here. Come here. No? Oh. And just so you guys get to see her, this is Lucy. Say hi. Say hi to the stream. There you go. You can hang out with me if you want. Hang out with stream. Alright. So I don't think anything is potentially changed. Hi, love. Over here. Everything's still the same on the board. I bet everything's still the same up there. This machine is still off. So I'm not sure what to do about that. So we still need... Oh, wait. The memo. We were supposed to get a memo, right? That the... Okay. I'm trying to remember everything that they said in the conversation. We need... They said to look around for a memo somewhere because the code to the door had probably changed. The talent entrance. But everybody's in their rooms right now. Because I think they insinuated that Maddie would have the new code.
It's open. Have you found anything out yet?
Because they were like, oh, they probably gave Maddie the new code. Oh, I wonder if she has a memo at home.
Yeah, I should get back to learning my lines for tomorrow. Good luck.
Hang on. It's 5:15. Let's see if we can make it back to Maddie's house.
Where to, lady? 7226 Lexington Avenue, please.
On my way.
George called for me. What is this? We did it! Okay. Alright. Due to the recent events concerning safety on the set, we begin implementing additional security measures. Even after I closed the set to visitor, I found friends and family of various staff members wandering around the backstage. Surprisingly, they all knew the talent entrance code, but I don't remember ever signing them on with the studio. The side entry code has now been changed to, hang on, let me get my notepad. 3, 6, 8, 9. Keep this number confidential. If I find out that anyone was given this code to non-authorized personnel, I'll dock your pay. The producer. Dizzy Jatini, welcome to the stream. Stay tuned for Danger. Yeah, I love the Nancy Drew games. And this is my second one. I played part of White Wolf of Icicle Creek on the, what was it, on the Wii U? The Wii? I think I have the Wii U. And then I played whichever one came out on there was like one for the iPad. It was like the spooky swamp house in Louisiana. I don't remember which one it was. But I played through those like a long time ago. You played these games my whole life. You love them too. Good. So basically I was just like, okay, I'm going to start streaming, and I've been playing other games, so later tonight I'm going to be playing some Animal Crossing and some Paper Mario, because Paper Mario is the main game that I'm playing right now. I don't think it's Legend of the Crystal Skull, it's, is it like Curse of Blackmore Manor, or something like that? Hang on. Everybody has, I think it takes place in like Louisiana or something. Everybody has like a southern accent. Blackmore Manor's in England. Hang on. Where's my list of Nancy Drew games? It's not Curse of Blackmore Manor. Which one is it? Oh, is it Ghost of Thornton Hall? I think it's Ghost of Thornton Hall. Is that it? Yeah, it's like you take this little boat to this like swamp out in Louisiana, and it's been haunted. And there's, what's her name, Jessalyn or something like that, who's there. Yeah, it was a spooky one. These are slightly less spooky, but anyway. So I've played like a couple games here and there of Nancy Drew, but until I got a PC and started streaming, I was like, I've never had a PC. For a while, I always had like Macs and stuff like that, and I just told myself, I was like, I'm gonna stream through all of the Nancy Drew games. I'm gonna play all of them from the beginning, and we're gonna move through to the end. There's like, I think 33 of them. Anyway, so feel free to come back and catch my stream whenever I'm streaming Nancy Drew. Yes, you're here for it. Sweet. Oh, thank you for following. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just super excited about it. So I get it. Like, I was talking to friends. Sorry, I'll keep wandering around and exploring and doing stuff. I guess it's nighttime, right? So I can probably get back in now using that code. Anyway, I told my friends, we were talking, because we're all like new streamers. I've been doing this for about a month or so. But there's this whole question about what kind of games do you play, right? Because there's a chance that if you play really, really popular games at the time, you'll get essentially drowned out with all the other streamers. Like, there's so many streamers that no one will pick out the new streamer who's there, who doesn't have a lot of, I've immediately forgotten the code, but who doesn't have a lot of, like, followers or viewers or that kind of thing. Hey, we did it. Nancy Niche is your favorite? Yeah, so that was the thing, and I was trying to read, like, websites on, like, what kind of streams should you stream? Like, do you do the really popular ones? Do you do not popular ones? Do you try and do something in the middle? So many amazing people through the Nancy Drew community on Twitch. Sweet! So I'm excited to be a part of that. But I read an article that just said, stream what you want to stream. Like, play the games that you want to play, and have that be it. Oh, I guess maybe I can't get into his office yet. So it just said, like, as long as you're playing something that you love, yeah, maybe you can get, like, a master key. But as long as you're streaming something that, whoo! I keep trying to finish my sentence and I can't. What?
Oh no!
What?
What happened? They've confiscated my pass. I guess this takes me off the case permanently. Oh, I should have been more careful.
Well, better luck next time. I just hope there'll be a next time for Rick.
Oh, that's a fatal error? Well, dang! Ding dang! Anyway, finishing my sentence from earlier, they said that if you stream what you love, like, that'll come through in your streams and you can just, like, enjoy it, or that kind of thing. So, oh, thank you for hosting. I appreciate it. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the stream. We're playing some Nancy Drew. Stay tuned for danger. Anyway, so, yeah, screw it. I'm just gonna play all the Nancy Drew games because they're fun. Wait, he didn't... Oh, no, I do still have my pass. Okay, so if I go in after hours, the security guy catches me, even though that's never happened and I've stayed after hours plenty of times before. Is it just a matter of I can't go down and around the hall? Because he didn't catch me until I got to the main hallway. Or maybe it's because he can see me on the security... Do I have, like, a limited amount of time to make it down somewhere? I don't know where we're going. We're just gonna get in here. I didn't know if I had, like, a limited amount of time, because I kind of, like, went down. Orange Cat is cute and cozy. Yeah, again, her name is Lucy. She's just hanging out with us. And then Hannah, you guys can see. There's Hannah. Hannah, what you doing? Hi. So, those are my two cats. They like to hang out when I stream. Okay, so yeah, I wasn't sure though, because the security guy caught me after I checked Rick and Maddie's offices, and then I just kind of stood there in the hallway. But maybe if I go wherever I'm going real fast, he won't catch me. I don't know what getting me into the office does here, or into the prop room. Because I still don't think we can get in here. What do we have? Ooh, hi, kitty cat. I have the doorknob to the prop room, keys to Maddie's apartment, key to the machine, still have my pass, tape of the bomb tape thing, bolt cutters, screwdriver, 3D glasses. I still don't know what to do with the 3D glasses. Oop! Tape. Sorry, videotape of Rick's interview, the remote to Maddie's TV, and the oil can. I guess we can check and see if anything on the desk has changed. I got the 3D glasses from Rick's office. They were like, Rick's dressing room, like they were like inside his drawer, and I got them when I was doing the bomb part. I just like accidentally clicked on them and I got them. Nothing new here, although it really does concern me that Mrs. Strathorn seems to think that Rick is Rory Danner. He's accidentally poisoned to death from poorly placed rat poison. Like, I'm actually concerned that that's what she's gonna do. Like, maybe she's a part of all this. I already did that, or I figured out what it said, but it didn't make any sense. I still have this bell that I don't know what to do with. The key to a mystery is revealed by the wise when the bell sounds its toll and the moon makes its rise. One does not defy the prop master. That is true. She scares me a little bit. It's open! I wish I could do Millie's voice. I was really surprised by Rick's, what should I call it? Nope, I lost the word.
I need something to make this work.
Okay, alright. Oh no, is he gonna catch me? Is he gonna catch me? I gotta go before the security guy gets me.
I need something to make this work.
I've got something to make it work. Get in there. Okay. Don't pull the fire alarm. I did that before. Oh, his impression of her. There we go. Rick's impression of her. What part are you at? Good question. I did the bomb. And we're after that. That's as far as I've gotten. We managed to solve the bomb, and through trial and error, and then it's been the next day. We got the code to the door, and we kind of have talked to Rick. We've talked to Maddie afterwards. All that stuff during the day. We talked to Lillian and Millie all during the day, and then we're back at night. We just got the new access code to the back door, and I don't know why I'm here. I'm sneaking around at night. It's nothing to do with those. The bagels still look terrible. I don't know if there's anything new up here. And if you guys have played this game before, I'm totally open to hints when I start getting stuck. It says, have you snooped the rooms? It says you need something to make that work. And I don't know. I wonder if this acts as a master key. Maybe that's what it is. Because basically, I'm back here at night. I tried to go into the rooms, but I wasn't able to get into them. I have what I need. Okay, yeah. Go, 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 go. Wait, no, that's not the way I wanted to go. Right, is this like a master key?
I need something to make this work.
No. Can I get in with a screwdriver?
I need something to make this work. I need something to make this work.
I have Maddie's keys. I don't know if this is the key to her dressing room.
I need something to make this work. I need something.
What if I put a door handle on the door handle? There's more than one way to open a door?
need something to make this work.
Breaking and entering. Well, that's what I was trying to figure out.
I
Like,
need something to make this work.
let me guess, Nancy Drew, you need something to make this work.
I need something to make this work.
I was like, no, that's just knocking on the door. No.
I caught you. I knew there was something suspicious about you. Well, no more snooping around for you, young lady.
Oh no, what happened?
They've
Yeah,
confiscated my
okay,
pass.
hang
I
on.
guess this takes me off the case permanently. Oh, I should have been more careful.
Well, better luck next time. I just hope there'll be a next time for Rick.
Rick is fine. Or they use a credit card to open the door. That's okay. That's fair. All right. Maybe we can try like our pass card. Because that's what I was thinking, like a... Okay, there we go. All right. Good thinking, y'all. I wonder if there's anything new to see in his room after everything exploded. Or, well, I guess it didn't explode, but... Alright. His notes are still the same. I think I've seen everything here. These are all still the same threat letters. So I found the 3D glasses here. They were like sitting right up there. We've seen his picture. I can't imagine there's much in Rick's place that I haven't seen. Oh, no, you're good. If you haven't played this and you come up with an idea, that's totally fine. I just ask that if you guys have played it and you do know the solution that you know, hang on to that. But that's totally fine if you're just, like, taking a guess, because we're all guessing here. Like, when we did the riddles the other night, I was just like, and then you were like, coin, and I was like, oh, that's it. Okay, we've looked at this. We've looked down here. We've looked at his trophy. We've looked at the Rick chocolates in the poem. I still don't know why I can look at the golf clubs. I haven't quite figured that part out yet. I have not been able to look at the closet or anything. I've read the note here. I've looked at the roses. I've looked at the letter that's up here, and I've looked in the drawer at the threatening letters. So let's try someone else's office. Let's get back into Maddie's. Why does it say me and my gal in a picture of just... Yeah, it was like me for my gal or something like that. Just in general, sometimes you can look at things that don't matter. Okay, that's what I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if a lot of it's just, like, atmosphere or if, like, everything's a clue, you know? We have looked around Maddie's office or dressing room once, and it was before they did the filming, before the light fell and nearly hit Rick. So we haven't... We've looked at some stuff in here. I don't remember this. By Shannon something? Dear Maddie, I'm writing to tell you what a big fan I am of the show. Serena Livingston is my favorite character on Light of Our Love, and I haven't missed a single show since I started watching it last year. Even my mom watches the show, and she hardly watches television. Recently, I read an interesting article about your career in the Manhattan TV Guide. I was wondering what you meant when you said, I used to think that acting was a big competition. In what way was being an actress competitive to you? I'm asking because you always seem so sweet on all the TV talk shows that you've been on. It's so hard to imagine you being one of those competitive soap actors who only wants to get ahead all the time, or get ahead and be number one lead all the time. I know how busy you are. Hope you can write back. One of your biggest fans. Okay. I think that was pretty much it. Just a fan letter. Alright. Oh, we did see this earlier. A mask of sweet sincerity, of cloak of loving kindness, meant to sway the heart to trust and fill the eyes with blindness. We have seen that before, but I don't know what it was. Let's see. Oh, Rick's cell phone, huh? Hang on just a second here. Get Rick's cell phone number. Sorry, I like taking pictures of stuff so I don't have to write it all down. Interesting. I wish we could, like, collect that and it would go into a note. Okay. I don't remember seeing that before. Maybe it wasn't open before? Let's Let's turn around the room here. We did look at the... Yeah, we did read this earlier. It's just like the script between Serena and Yuri. Oh yeah, we read this. This was French. It's a symbol of my love for you. You're an angel, something to give me courage. I love you and I kiss you strongly. There were the articles that were down here that we looked at. So there was the question of, like, will the ratings go down after Rick leaves? So maybe that was, like, a motive for somebody wanting to take out Rick. But I guess if he just, like, if they kill him, the ratings are definitely going to go down because he died. But I don't know if somebody would be, like, scare him into not leaving. That's, like, a thing. We looked at a lot of this stuff. We did, by the way, find the lipstick. So I did think about that when we went into the room with the bomb. That there is this lipstick in here that's smooshed. And so there's a question of, like, did Maddie write the Die Rick message on the board? Or on the mirror, maybe? I don't see anything here. Okay. Oh, I was trying to look at the... Is there like a letter? There we go. Remember what this is. Oh, yeah, there's this. And it has like more than it seems and light of our love and Rick Arlen. But I couldn't... I don't know if this is like a word search we're supposed to do. But you can find all sorts of like words in here. Who done it? There's something that was backwards. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, so you can find all sorts of like relevant words in there, but I'm not sure if that really has anything to do with anything. Deceit. Where's the ugly toothbrush? The ugly weird toothbrush. There it is. Old-timey toothbrush. We can look in her medicine cabinet, but it was just like perfumes and stuff. Oh, like a lot of perfumes. I definitely don't own that much perfume. I don't think I'm a stinky person, but I don't use that. No, I don't own a lot of perfume. Okay, so I don't know if there's anything else to do in here. We examined her room pretty thoroughly. Producer's room. Nope. Okay, alright. There's so many perfumes, right? Let's see about Lillian's office, because that's the only one that we've been able to, like, knock on the door but not get into. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so we have not been in here yet. So we'll start by the door and work our way around. Files. Some pictures. Laissez bon. Ooh, computer! We have somebody's password. Millie's password? Sorry. Oh.
I need something to make this work.
I need something to make this work. Ooh. Okay, hang on. Millie? No, I hope it's not case sensitive. Wait, what? Oh, what's this over here? What is that? Also... What? That doesn't even look like something I could unscramble. Oh, maybe it's one of those, like... It's the next letter of the alphabet. Never good at these. Hang on. Okay. Whatever. We're getting on the computer. Alright. Okay. Yeah. Hang on. It just bothers me that it's like there and it has letters. It could be something. Okay. Because it doesn't look like each word unscrambles or anything, but like it, on, also, Okay. Let's explore the computer while we're here. Log in. Nope. Employee ID? I don't think we have any, like, ID numbers. We just had Millie's password. Hang on. Studio maintenance. Floor production list. Check all riggings and grips, battens, and C-clamps. Get maintenance report to Papa ASAP. Reschedule reproduction pre-production crew. Cheney, Spader, Facton, Arden. Calibrate shotgun! Calibrate the shotgun! Y'all, Rick might die if we don't uncalibrate the shotgun or something. And the perambulator boom. Get an extra TDC key from Strathhorn. This is a lot of stuff to be going on with. Alright. Alright, okay. Ooh. We don't have a floppy disk or a CD drive. We printed something. Hopefully the security guard cannot hear any of this. Security report document. We printed it. Okay. Key, what's the key? Ooh. Passwords! Y'all, we got passwords! Take a picture of those passwords. Alright. Nancy Drew needs a camera phone. Mailroom. Oh, the control room is actor. Okay. But I don't think she can get you in the rooms. So the control room is actor, but we need a key, like a key that tells us which letters are which. Oh. She'll get one in X amount of games. Yeah, so the first game I played was Secrets Can Kill, but I played the remastered version, and she did have, like, a camera in that, which helped. She had, like, a camera and a cell phone, but I don't know if she had that in the original version of the game, because I've never played the, like, original version of Secrets Can Kill. Film vault, production, control room. If this is anything like... Oh, maintenance is Leaf. But the maintenance store had, like, a key for it. If this is anything like Secrets Can Kill, though, they're going to give us way more passwords than we actually need. The original Secrets Can Kill was rough, was it? Oh, no. The remastered one that I played was fine. It was like, it seemed like some of the more modern ones that I'd played. But that's funny. I was kind of wondering. It seemed fine, and then we came to this, and I was like, well, this game's a little bit different. All right. Oh, missing props. That's right. The beard and mustache ensemble, and there was like I think also some kind of glue was missing, and a hacksaw was missing, and all that kind of stuff. Boiler room was on a separate disc, so you had to swap it every time you wanted to check it out. Oh no. Oh, that sucks. I did notice though that this, as far as I'm aware, Stay Tuned for Danger is the only Nancy Drew game I found that wasn't on Steam. So I bought the other games through Steam, and then this one was not. So Secrets Can Kill is bad on so many levels. So I noticed this was the only one not on Steam, so I bought this one from the Her Interactive website. And then I had to, like, follow this huge list and video of instructions in order to install it. And then even trying to stream it, it's in a way different resolution, and I had to set my normal monitor is like the 1920 by... is it 1048 or whatever, 1280, whatever the resolution is. I just set it all the way down to the 800 by 600 resolution, and then I had to completely resize my extra window, or my, like, streaming window in Streamlabs to get this to actually appear on screen. It took me like a good hour or two to get all this stuff up and running. I think it's because this one is hard to play on new PCs, and that may make sense. But as far as I could tell, all the other games were on Steam, so I'm hoping all the other ones are good. Okay, so beard and mustache, we're missing. Rating analysis from the executive producer. Randy Hendricks from marketing will sponsor a meeting to discuss last season's ratings and potential strategies. This is the third season in a row where our overall ratings have dropped by unacceptable margins. It's imperative that we meet on this issue to discuss methods of improving our performance. I did kind of wonder too, like, is all of this, like, stuff 3 onward can be played relatively easily? Good to know. I did though wonder, like, is the producer behind this? Because, yeah, like, have their ratings been dropping and he needs something to, like, jazz it up? So maybe if there are all these threats against Rick, you know, maybe that'll boost Light of Our Love's ratings. At the same time, maybe he's made, like, a deal with Rick and they're in it together, and that's why he doesn't seem worried about it. Like, I'll let you out of our contract if you boost our ratings or something. Bye, kitty cat. Meow, I love you. Good kitty cat times. To Mildred from the head writer about the scripts. Thank you for your script submission for our upcoming season. It's encouraging to see the spirit of cooperation is alive and well worldwide, and I welcome your contributions. However, our staff of script writers has already outlined and completed scripts for the next season. Everyone was very impressed by your level of creativity, but we believe that your talent will be wasted on something as mundane as scripts. Script writing is more of a trade than an art, and a gifted writer like yourself should aspire to something higher. Please let me know if I can provide you with any assistance in finding a literary agent or book publisher. I will be more than happy to help you out. I really think your talent would flourish as published works. For the first few, finally you have to reduce your resolution to the lowest setting for the game to show up on OBS for the older ones. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Like I said, the Secrets Can Kill remaster, that one was perfectly fine. I just played that like a normal game on Streamlabs, so I'll keep that in mind though to make sure that I double check the other games before I try and run them. So this is interesting because it did seem like Strathhorn was writing some kind of script or something in the prop room, and so I kind of wondered if she had a hand in trying to write some of these games. The cool thing about the Nancy Drew games, I remember the person who did it isn't incredibly obvious. Yeah. I did notice that too. I think it was a little bit easy to guess Secrets Can Kill, because you were like, well, it obviously probably isn't these three really obvious ones who are all having a motive, and the only other character in the game is this person. So that one was a little bit obvious to kind of guess and figure out. Oh, and we can't get onto the internet. Oh, have we thrown anything away? The cats and the rats? Abstract. Jackson's Wharf is plagued by an overpopulation of cats or rats, causing much havoc. Gillian Preston's wedding to Peter Lesnar is ruined by the roving rodents. Blaine Fillion suffers from amnesia after suffering a concussion from a falling rat, and Rory Danner is accidentally poisoned to death from poorly placed rat poison. Soon after the arrival of this pestilence, a strange woman moves into the abandoned Blackmore Mansion with her family of cats. The friendly feline saved Jackson's Wharf by chasing the rats into the sea. At the end of the episode, it is revealed that the woman is the long-lost heir to the Jackson fortune. In the original Secrets Can Kill, you never even meet the culprit. Interesting. Yeah, but that's the fun thing. I agree too, Ferry, about the Nancy Drew games is, like, I really have no idea right now who's behind any of this. So it's like a super fun mix of, like, an actual mystery that I don't know the answer to or is not obvious, and things like escape rooms, which I love. I love doing puzzles and stuff. Sorry. So this is interesting. I don't know if the missing letters actually mean anything. I didn't even try and, like, write them down or anything. T-C-H-P-A-E. No, that's not spelling anything. I'm not gonna. Okay. It's a great series. There's only 2 or 3 I would call bad. I mean, in every series I think is gonna have that. Like, you can't make 33 completely amazing games that are amazing every single time. But, I think it'll be cool to check them all out, and I'm excited about it. Okay, so I could potentially get a floppy disk or a CD and put it in the computer. I did print the security report. Printer? Ransom of the Seven Ships is definitely in that category. Oh no, is that maybe one of the, like, less great games? Now that one is kind of interesting too, because when you play Secrets Can Kill Remastered, they definitely referenced, I think, some of the other games. Like, they definitely talked about, I think, Ransom of the Seven Ships in one of the books in the library. Alright. Oops. Worldwide Broadcasting Confidential Security Log, November. Key sequence match case, Rick Arlen. Oh my god. Okay, on the 26th of October, Mr. Arlen complains about receiving anonymous threats, refuses to register complaints with postal authorities. Yeah, and that's the thing too. Sears and Kill, Ransom of the Seven Ships, Midnight and Salem are the worst ones. Isn't Midnight and Salem the newest one? I think? Question mark? Okay. That's another interesting thing about this game. So Rick Arlen, has not wanted to complain about anything of this to the authorities or to the police, which to me is like really suspicious. Like, and the fact that he's very nonchalant about all this really makes me wonder if he's kind of like in on this sort of thing. Mr. Arlen reports receiving anonymous threats, refuses to register complaint. Mr. Arlen receives threat, refuses to register their complaint. Receives anonymous threat listing his home address and personal activities the prior night. We did read that one. He did register a complaint with the postal authorities then. Okay, so he started registering complaints on Halloween. Before that, he wasn't registering the complaints at all. And then maybe something changed, or maybe he got enough of them that it started seeming more serious. Oh, he received threatening phone calls on his personal cell phone. I don't think we'd heard about that. The teleprompter was sabotaged. We saw one of those. Threatening note and watch. We did see that. Chocolates tainted with harmless but foul-tasting element. I love that you guys are like talking about all these games. I'm so excited now to see, I don't know how they go. Let's see. Chocolates tainted with harmless. Okay. Poorly clamped Klieg light falls on the stage. So that's today. And then dismantled bomb, or I guess not today, that was 2 days ago. Well, I think I can really remember. Repeatedly accidentally dying trying to get a coin off a ledge in a theater. I have no idea which games these are, but I'm super excited. Dismantled bomb set up in Mr. Arlen's dressing room. Temporary employee diffuses. You're welcome. Government agencies notified for investigation. I don't think that really told us much other than, like, we already saw all those notes. We already heard about, we already knew about the light and the bomb because we'd already seen those. The only thing I guess on there that we didn't know is that he'd received threatening phone calls. I don't think anybody had told us that. Reschedule anger support group. Call Moira Cunningham. Interesting. Call maintenance extension 231. I don't know if we need that. But there's another one of those alphabet thingies. Hang on, guys. I'm not good at alphabet letter or alphabet number things. Hang on, alphabet numbers. All right. L-I-F-E. Life is. Come here. Life is like a... Oh, is it box of chocolates? I'm just gonna make an assumption on that one. C-H-O... Yeah. Okay, so life is like a box of chocolates. Interesting, given that Rick got a spoiled, box of chocolates. Oh, I thought that was a knife on her desk. It's a letter opener. Albeit a fancy one, but I just was like, oh, knife. Oh, drawer. Riedel's finest castor oil. Castor oil and chocolates? Potentially? Castor oil, I've heard is fairly foul tasting. Anger control. A self-guide to calming violent urges. I like this lion on a mountaintop. It reminds me of, I don't know what the name of that like meme video is, but where everybody's like screams singing over the mountains. Like, I feel like this could be in one of those videos. Alright, so Lillian has anger problems. That doesn't come as much of a surprise. Is this a fax machine? Is this what old fax machines look like? I mean, I use a fax machine in my day-to-day life as a job, but I don't use old ones. Favorite game in the series? Some people are saying Treasure in the Royal Tower. Yeah, I'm interested to know what your guys' favorite games are. Just because I don't know anything about these. From William Pappas, so from the producer to the director, password decoder cards. There's been a number of incidents dealing with the compromising of secret codes. Previous methods of dealing with this problem have failed to rectify the situation. I'm putting a stop to this. The bitter truth is some employee, I'd hate to think who, full of revenge, on a date with disaster, is leaking these codes to the general public. I'm forced to take drastic actions. This is not some hoax. From this point forward, it is required by a decree from Miss Strathern. I can't tell those are just emphasized or... Hang on. By a decree from Miss Strathern, sign a password decoder card which will change weekly. It is unfortunate that one reckless person is tainted an otherwise superb crew. A word of warning. If a member of this studio is caught sharing sensitive company information of any kind to unauthorized people, he or she will be immediately terminated and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Let's see. At the time we played it, we didn't have internet, so we couldn't look it up. Yeah, that stuff is crazy, right? To think about, like, this game came out in 1999. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to just, like, do things like Twitch and hang out with people and get help. Because if it wasn't for Fairy Orb, I totally would have gotten stuck on that what has a head and a tail but no body riddle. I for sure did not know the answer to that, and Fairy Orb came up with it, and we were super excited. So wherever this arrow is, there's like these highlighted words. A bitter hoax tainted with hate is a secret revenge from a previous date. Oh. Bitter hoax tainted with hate is a secret revenge from a previous date. So previous dates of Rick's, maybe? Which could be Maddie, which could be Lillian, which could be this questionable third actress that we had heard from Hollywood. Secret of Shadow Ranch is one that I'm really interested in playing. I don't know why. It looks like it's super cute. If you know what to do, most games can be beaten in 2 to 6 hours. If you don't, you can multiply that number by 2 to 3. So that's exactly what happened to me last night. Fairy Orb, I am so proud of you for last night. But that's what happened to me last night. So I played Secrets Can Kill Remastered, which I'm not going to lie, I thought was pretty easy. There was only, I think, one part where I had to get a hint, and that was trying to figure out the locker combination. It was a lot more obvious than I thought. But, I was like, oh, sweet, I think I finished Secrets Can Kill Remastered in, like, 3.5 hours. And I was like, awesome, I'm gonna log on. I'm just gonna do a Saturday night Nancy Drew stream. And then I got stuck. and then 3.5 hours went by, and I was like, I still feel like I haven't gotten anywhere in this game. And I started getting real tired. So I was like, I'm just gonna call it here for the night. Her Interactive, Miss Terry Game. Oh, by the way, I don't have it on, so I'm wearing my New Mexico Ice Wolves hockey t-shirt, but I did buy a Fighting Manatees t-shirt from Secrets Can Kill. I got crazy excited about it, and I got a Fighting Manatees t-shirt, and so I've got that in my closet now. Oops, we shut the drawer. World's Best Clear Rubber Cement, a wonderful adhesive. A wonderful adhesive for a fake beard and mustache, perhaps? Do you remember playing a... Yeah, see, I'm hoping that Secrets of Shadow Ranch is, like, basically Nancy Drew game with horses. Because I grew up on a horse farm, and I love horses very, very much. And I'm hoping... Well, we can click on that, and we can see sharp scissors. But I'm hoping that game has horses. Watching other people play, plays against the first time is great. Had a hard time figuring them out as a kid. Usually looked up the answers when I could. And you watch somebody play and you're like, oh, that's safe. So I'm going to be honest. Like, I still don't feel like I figured out how to defuse the bomb correctly. And I can't tell if it's because I couldn't hear the message. I looked at all the previous messages. I ended up doing it by a little bit trial and error and a little bit of a lucky guess in terms of defusing that bomb. But I wondered if there was supposed to be an answer. Instead, I did brute force it, unfortunately, which I don't like to do. I do maracas. Maracas. Can I Oh, is there no, like, one I can click on? Hang on, guys. Holiday special! Thanksgiving special. Nosages. Wait, these have colors. Hang on, guys. Just in case we're taking a picture. Haunted Carousel. You love the music in this game? I can't tell, like, if the music sounds a little bit off just because it's like 1999 kind of game. Okay. There's a TV. Is it... I mean, I just have the same tape. Does Maddie's TV remote work on her TV? No. Spell of the unknown, fear of danger, aggression, new threat, fanfares, menace, monster. Yeah, Ferrier, replay these with me. These are so fun. Menace, monster. See, now I guess I'm a little bit different than everybody else because I never played the Nancy Drew games as a kid. I never played any of these. I didn't even know they existed until I was watching, who was it, Game Grumps, and they played White Wolf of Icicle Creek for like a couple episodes, and they did so terribly at it that I was so frustrated, and I found out it was on the Wii, and that's where I first started playing that, and I still haven't finished that one. But I never even knew that these games, like, existed, and now they do, and it's exciting. And I get to play them all. I can do whatever I want, because I'm an adult. Alright, so... I don't know how much we've accomplished here. I didn't... Oh, nice! That's like a really cool thing to do with your mom. Aw. Let's see. Okay. Maybe you still have like old copies of the game. That would be super cool. All right, so we found that stuff. We found out she's in anger management. We looked at the computer. We saw the security report. We looked in all of her drawers. We found the rubber cement. We found the castor oil. Joint custody of all 33 physical copies. That's crazy. I'm buying them all digitally. Alright, let's see. I don't know if there's anything else to do in this office, really. I'm not super sure. Steam has a collection bundle where you can get 16 games for $80. That's what I did. That's how I bought the first set. And Secrets Can Kill was in there. This one I did have to buy separately. And then I think there's a bunch that aren't in that bundle that I'll still have to buy too, but still. Alright. I don't know if we can get into anybody else's office. I don't want security guy to catch me. Don't be there, don't be there, don't be there.
I need something to make this work.
This game has one of the creepiest moments in the series. No, don't tell me that! Creepy things! Ah! Ah! Is it creepy bagpipes? No. Oh, creepy things. Oh, I'm not good with creepy things. This is fine. Everything's fine. Nothing's scary here. Okay, so this was in the trash. Shadow at the Water's Edge. I did purchase Shadow at the Water's Edge. That one was one of the first ones I bought on the PC, and then... No, I bought it... Oh, shoot, was it because I thought it could work with my Mac, and then it didn't? Or I think it, like, struggled with playing games. But that one does look creepy too. That one has like ghosty moments. And I think I got killed by a cat in that game. I'm pretty sure, like right at the beginning of the game. And I was like, Excited to watch the Haunted Mansion. Spooks now and traumatized me as a kid. Yeah, see, that's the thing. One thing you will probably never see me streaming is like outright horror games on this channel. And so, yeah. I'm not. Nope. No can do. Wait, really? And I'm sorry, is it Zbertech? I don't know if that was me getting killed by the cat, but I 100% did in Shadow at the Water's Edge. Like, it was like a black cat, and if you, I think, pet it too much or something, it got real angry, and then I think it killed me. Alright, I don't know if there's anything else to see here at night. We did kind of check out everybody's office, so maybe we should, I think, go ahead and get out of here? Let's go ahead and get out of here. I don't know if there's anybody else's office to get into, because we've already searched the prop room like a jillion times. And then we searched everybody else's office. Alright.
Hey, taxi!
Let's go back to Maddie's house, and I guess make it daytime?
Lexington Avenue, please.
On my way.
I do kind of hate that I have to get out the keys every single time that I come here. I kind of wish it were like other Nancy Drew games where it's like, okay, you got the keys? That's fine. You can go in and out every time. There's something that I do want to try. I don't know.
We're here on the set at Worldwide Broadcasting
Oh,
Studios
I thought maybe I could
with
watch it with
Rick
the 3D
Owens.
glasses.
The studios are abuzz with talk that you may be heading for a career
I'm
in
sorry to make you
film.
guys all watch
Will
this again.
Rory Danner be killed
I
off
do
the
not
show?
care for Rick very
Rory is
much.
a character who is dear to my heart. I never put him in a life-threatening situation. I'll leave that to the writers.
Well, how could anyone in their right mind leave such a gorgeous co-star, Maddie Jensen? Is it true that your on-stage love affair has led to an off-stage romance?
Only my hairdresser knows for sure.
Weren't you seen with that actress Greta Von Kamloops at Cannes?
Oh,
earlier
Greta Von
this
Kamloops.
year?
That was the other
And you fancy
potential
maybe starring in a film with her in the
quote-unquote
near
love interest or
future?
something, maybe?
Oh, no. Not while I'm with the WWB network.
Our sources say that you've been a victim of a stalker. Is that true?
Well, yes, in a sense. I feel like I'm being
Not
watched
bad.
at every moment, and always at the same time.
Weekdays from 2 to
Weekdays
3?
from 2 to 3 on Channel 13.
Oh, Rick.
Stay beautiful. Alright. Sorry to have put you guys through that. Like, for some reason, I keep thinking that Rick doesn't love anyone but himself. I 100% feel that. Also, it really irritates me that he, like, hits on Nancy Drew every time she goes into his office. Like, I'm super not a fan of that. I still am creeped out by this weird eye that you can make it disappear and reappear. Yeah, I'm super not a big fan of that whole... Hey, Nancy Drew. Every time she comes into his office. Yeah, she's like 16. That's the impression that I got. I thought she was like a high school student or close by. Die, Rick. I mean, you guys aren't wrong. Also, I think Dizzy Dratine, I'm not sure if you guys were here at the very beginning of the stream or when Fairy Orb and I found the package that was here. That took forever. Forever. I don't know how many times I walked by it, but we eventually found the package. I think that was super poor placement. Most games she's like 18 plus. Regardless, I didn't think she was much older than 18. Like, she's got to be close. And how old is Rick? I don't know. Alright, we're gonna go to daytime. But she's also a vampire. Yeah, say, these games have been, again, coming out for a long time, and I don't know that Nancy Drew has aged very much. And isn't that the same woman who voices Nancy Drew, like, I think in all of the games? Like, it's the same voice actress? Alright, I don't know if there's anything really to look at here. No new packages on the chair. No, or messages by the phone. She also has no reflection. Except the last one. Oh. Does she eventually get a reflection? Do you actually get to see... I mean, I guess we all theoretically know what Nancy Drew looks like. this is just the same code. Alright. I don't know if there's any, like, point in going back to Dwayne Powers' place.
318 West 10th
I'm gonna try it
Street,
out.
please.
Though I don't like the buzzer noise. The buzzer noise. She gets a new voice actor in the last one. Oh. Got it.
Taxi!
Where can I take you today, miss?
1999 Broadway, please.
Voice actor swap is why you still haven't played the last one. Can you imagine though? Like, how cool would it be like the new voice of Nancy Drew? That would be super awesome. Ah, dreams, you guys. Alright. And hers first game, Vampire Diaries? Coincidence? Probably. Maybe not though. Maybe it's one big conspiracy.
Hello. Here's my pass.
Hello, Ms. Drew. Thank you. You may proceed.
Still nothing going on here. Still nothing going on here. Also, the movement system in this is a little bit more clunky than I'd care for.
It's open. Have you found anything out yet?
No, not yet, Maddie.
No, not yet.
Yeah, I should get back to learning my lines for tomorrow. Good luck.
Entrez-vous.
Hate you, Rick.
Hello, Miss Drew. I see you can't get enough of me. Do I drive you wild?
No, Rick. No, you don't. Not even a little bit. Not even the teeniest little bit. Besides, I've got a boyfriend and his name's Ned Nickerson. He's my boy. I guess. I don't know. I don't really know a whole lot about it. I did start also reading the Nancy Drew books, and I read the first two. I think it was Secret of the Old Clock and The Hidden Staircase. So I did read both of those. Nancy doesn't care about Ned. She doesn't call him very much. Listen, I gotta go, Rick. Be careful.
Listen, I gotta go, Rick.
All about Frank and Joe Hardy. Ugh. Also, the fact that Rick seems to, quote-unquote, speak French makes me wonder if he's the one who wrote that, like, French note to Maddie in her dressing room. So I do have questions about that. Nancy and Frank forever. Secret of the Old Clock is one of the games. It is. So that was my concern, is, like, I started reading the books, and I was like, oh no, if I read all the books, it is potentially going to spoil the outcome of all the games, and I would much rather play the games than read the books. Not that the books aren't good, but the games are obviously interactive.
It's you again.
Oh, look, it's you again. You and your anger issues.
I'm sorry for bothering you.
Ned is supportive and concerned about Nancy. That is true. I need me a boyfriend, potentially like Ned.
It's open!
It's open, you guys!
Hello, young lady.
Oh,
I should get back to the set. Goodbye.
is there nothing to do during the daytime now? Never read the book from until it's a loose interpretation of the book. Okay. And that's... oh, it's like thundering outside. That's kind of what I was thinking Ned can do better. Ned can do better than Nancy? Ned can do better than Nancy Drew?
I need
Ooh,
to make
you
this
guys, the hot takes on this. Am I crazy? Did I just, like, go to the daytime for no good reason? Okay, we do know, though, hang on.
It's locked.
The password, technically. Hang on. The password to the control room is actor. A. C. Oh my god, you guys. T-O-R. Is that not it? Right, this looks like it'd be R. O-T-O-R? Wait. Because I haven't haven't seen these symbols anywhere else to tell me, like, what it would potentially be. Tour. Maybe there's something that can help me translate it. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Was like, this symbol is this letter. I have the ability to find the answer. Okay.
It's locked.
Also, how did I get down these stairs the right way the first time? I, like, turned around or something. And I was able to, like, not go backwards down the stairs. Because I hate... Oh, there we go. Like, I hate going down those stairs backwards for some reason. That really, like, messes me up. I like how you guys are like, yeah, you can find out the answer. And I'm like, how though? Alright, I already got the screwdriver. You guys should have seen me last night. It was like, not late. It's probably like 10:30, 11. It's locked. But I was just like, running around here completely exhausted, like, I don't know what else to look at. I still don't think I can make this machine work. There's still, I don't think, anything up the ladder except for that scrap of paper. I did the clock. Wait, is the teleprompter still spooky? Teleprompter still spooky. Things still under the desk. Teacups still mysteriously here that I can look at. Potential trap door still going on. I still think that's what's under there. Oops. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Still nothing in here. Freezer. So, I wonder if it's in somebody's office or something that I potentially missed. I can't get into his office. Still nothing on here except for the fire instructions. I think Sears and Kill has a box, something you can open it earlier in the game. Nope, not yet. Come back later. That's true. Like, I wonder, yeah, if you've, like, played the games before and you, like, know the codes and stuff.
It's open.
I don't know why I just clicked on this. She didn't have anything to say. Yeah, no, okay.
Yet?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I should get back to learning my lines for tomorrow. Good luck.
Okay, if I go in there, I'm just gonna talk to Rick. If I go in Maddie's office, I'll just talk to Maddie. If I go to Lillian's office, I'll just get yelled at by Lillian. If I go to the prop room, Maddie's just like, it's open! I need something to help me translate. Something to help me translate it. But I don't remember seeing anything in the studio. Wait a hot second. Don't laugh at me if this doesn't work. No, I thought I could 3D glasses it. Alright. Everybody ignore that I tried that. I thought maybe if you looked at them, it would look funny. If I look at it this way. If I look at it this way. Nope, that's still not it, you guys. No, don't remember that! Don't remember it! Sometimes I do get to the point, though, with these games where, or not just Nancy Drew games, but puzzle games in general, where I'm just like, is it the card? Click, 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 click. Is it the glasses? Click, 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 click. On everything, just to see sometimes if stuff works, when answers aren't immediately obvious. What if you used your previous knowledge of the Pigpen cipher? Again, I don't know. You mentioned that cipher, I think, last night, was it? I don't know what that is. What is it? It sounds fancy. Some of the ciphers, I noticed that in, like, Secrets Can Kill, the remastered one, like, some of them were, like, more obvious codes than others. You can find it. I can find it. I can do this, you guys. But like the ones where like it's a bunch of numbers and the number is the letter of the alphabet. Like that I can relatively easily figure out. It's not like there are notes anywhere. I feel like I mostly believe in you. Well, okay, this is the first Nancy Drew game. You should have seen me in Secrets Can Kill. Man, I was going through it. It's just a cipher that uses those symbols. Right, that's what I'm hoping. That's what I figured would be on a note somewhere. That there would just essentially be a thing that would let me know this symbol corresponds to this letter, kind of a thing. Or like the C symbol with a dot or without a dot or whatever. Like Secrets Can Kill use like Morse code one time and it lets you know what that all is. I was hoping that I would find like a note or a piece of paper or something somewhere that would be like, okay, this symbol is this letter. Might have to do more snooping. That's what I was wondering. I think, like, I wonder if it's in someone's office or something. I want to get in the producer's office. Let's come back at night, maybe.
Hey, taxi!
Or unless Maddie has something at home.
7226 Lexington Avenue, please.
On my way!